Tupac week continues. As we get close to the end. Now let's get into this Tupac and Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Now we all know Tupac has slept with plenty celebrities, women, but I'm not finna go through the whole list of everybody Tupac slept with. But this one in particular needs to be discussed. And you'll know as the story moves on why. Tupac, at this time, it was 1990, I think it was 92. TLC was doing a thing, you know, they had a couple of shows that was popping. And, you know, everybody's talking about TLC and everything, and they had a show that they was doing in Atlanta. It was like, oh, TLC show, and everybody wanted to go, you know, see the show, and it was like an after party set where they had like all the rappers and TLC was gonna be there, and it's like the after party for the show. And Tupac shows up because he was in Atlanta chilling with Busta Rhymes and Tretch. So they show up there at the party, whatever. They run into the Brad, and that's when the Brad and Pac met for the first time. And you know, everybody was cool. There's a whole lot of people there. Queen Latifah. So TLC, you know, they came to the, you know, it was their night. So they went over there and was talking to people, and Left Eye and Pac kind of hit it off. You know, a little bit, talking and laughing and joking and stuff. So it wasn't like, oh, this guy gonna be my boyfriend type thing and nothing like that. It was more of a, okay, we hitting it off, it's pretty cool, I like it, and we just gonna leave it at that. But they spoke back and forth, and through a homie, Tretch. Tretch was like, yeah, old girl from the girl, that Lopez, yeah, I like her. Pac was feeling her, so he sent back word that he wanted to get back in contact with her. But Pebbles was, at that time, Pebbles was like, you know, we're on the schedule, we gotta do this, then we gotta do that, bang, 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 bang. So she was like, man, Tupac want to get up, you know, and see me. So she was all excited about it. And while they was doing shows and stuff, T-Boz had got sick at one of her shows, so she couldn't reach back out to Tupac at the time. But she was supposed to get up with Tupac before they had went out to a show. T-Boz got sick, and when she got sick, she ended up staying in Atlanta, and Pac ended up having to go somewhere else. They were supposed to meet in L.A. or somewhere. So anyway, Pac got her number through somebody else, and it was all cool. She was like, yeah, he can definitely have my number. So the thing is, at this time, everybody was using like pages. So you had to pay somebody and they can call you from somewhere. Now, what's his name? T-Boz and the rest of them, they on the tours and going to do their progressions. And when they came to Atlanta, they had it was like some big party they had, like this elaborate party. They had athletes show up and all these other dudes there, what's not, and what's his name there? Andre Rison from the Atlanta Hawks. He happened to be there, and he sparked up conversation, and he was all had the jewelry on, fly, you know, and she was like, man, like she was impressed by him. So when she started dating him, you know, and all this stuff, it was kind of in secret. So they really wasn't official. They was just talking at the time. And Tupac was like, oh, that's my guy. You know, like, Andre Rison knew Tupac. Like, they was cool. Like, when he was in Atlanta, they chilling with all the players and stuff, Tupac was one of his guys, you know. So he was like, "Oh man, are you dating homeboy? Yeah, that's one of my guys. When I'm in Atlanta, you know, we kick it. You know, like I'm cool with dude." So Pac and her don't really talk for a little bit, you know. Pac being Pac, you know, do what he doing. So they don't really speak too much. Why, you know, her and, you know, them dating. And, you know, the early stages. Because nobody really went public yet. They were still, like, in the talking stage. So, during that whole, like, end of 93, you know, and they start going through problems with money, and they don't understand the business of why they got a hot album and selling so much, but they don't have any money. So she was discussing this with a couple of people that she knew. Andre Rison, she was talking to him, and he was trying to come out with a record label at the time. He was like, "I'm gonna come out with a label, and I'm gonna put you on my label. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of people on my label." I was talking to some of my guys, and we talking about doing something like that. And my cousins and everybody, they know Andre Rison because he's from Michigan. He's from out here where we at, Midwest boy. He was up there. He's what they call a stone. He's from Flint. He's a Flint stone. That's what they call the stones up there. He's a muck. Okay, so he's out there living in Atlanta, and he brought a couple of dudes from Flint with him down there. And you know, the moles from Flint, they don't play games. You know, they mostly about their business. And doing what they gotta do, they kick it hard, they play hard, and they go hard when it's time. So nobody's expecting nothing to be, you know, out of the ordinary. It's a regular night. And now they've been like going places together, shopping, you know, going around in the magazines. They're an official couple. This is like February, Valentine's Day. He gave all this stuff, and she's like really feeling him. So, you know, he took her everywhere. You know, like, this is my girl. And see, this football season was over for them. You know, it wasn't like the Falcons is in the playoffs. So, they chilling. They got a whole off season to chill. And while the off season is going on, everything is like, oh, this is beautiful, and this is a wonderful relationship. Then you turn around, and here comes all the drama. Because he was like, where did you go to the club for? She's like, I just went to the club with a couple of my girls. You know, they wanted to go out. You went up there? Why would you go up there for? I wasn't going to be there. Why would you want to jump out there and go to the club for? So he was just like, you staying in the house. I want you in the house. And blah, blah, blah. And at this time, they were trying to work on the album and finish the album that they had been working on. And he's like, if you ain't in the studio, I want to know where you at all times. And he had a mobile phone, you know, the ones you plug in the cigarette lighter, the one you could charge at home and you put it on your backpack, and it had you could pull it out and dial. He had one of those. And my homie who used to roll with him, and Deion Sanders, they at the club, they got two other chicks with them up at the club. And one of Lisa Left Eye friends told her that. And that's when she called Tupac, and he had hit her up just to see what was going on. And he was like, yeah, what's up? You know, I'm in Atlanta and all this. She was like, where you at? And he was like, I'm over there. She's like, I'm going to come meet you. She goes over there and meets up with Pac. They talking and all this stuff. And she was like, yeah, my friend just called the crib and told me that she just saw them up at the such and such club with And he was just like, oh no, these chicks probably jealous, like, the game and this and that. So they was cool, and man, they vibed so well together that she was at a point where she wasn't happy at the point where it was getting bad. Like, Pac was talking to her on the phone, and they kept in contact because Andre Rison would be gone all day. Even though they was in the off season, he was gone. And it's like, man, like, he's gone all day. He got to do this. He got other stuff he trying to do. So while he's gone, she's talking on the phone to people because he wouldn't let her leave. It was a very physical relationship. She was hitting him, he was hitting her. And she'd be on the phone talking to Pac. And Pac was like, man, this bad. You need to leave. And all of this stuff going on behind Andre's back. So the night that he came home, this is all alleged too, by the way. Let me put that out there. He had came in home right now, and she confronted him about being out with these girls and this and that. And it ended up with him throwing her into the rail. When he threw her on the rail, he bruised her ribs, and she had a bad bruise. And that's why he didn't want her to leave outside the house, because she didn't wear the type of clothes that would cover that up. And he didn't want nobody to see that. And he started to look at the phone records, and he was like, wait a minute, what do we got here? They had went out somewhere to a party, they both was drinking, got drunk, and he started like choking her in the parking lot because he found out she was calling Tupac. And he grabbed her by the throat, and he had a pistol on him. And he shot the pistol in the air. Anybody who was coming near him, he was going to shoot him. While he in there trying to talk to her, and he physical with her, got his hand on her throat, talking about he going to kill her and all this stuff. Now, that's all documented. So I'm quite sure you would know that. But it was about Tupac. So Andre called Pac and was like, do we got a problem? Do we got a problem? You want to steal my girl? That's what this is about? You supposed to be my homie and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And Pac ain't say nothing but a couple like, nah, man, we home. That's my home girl, man. That's all she called me. Nah, man, it ain't even like that. Like we cool, dude. But he was like, I don't want you talking to my girl, this and that. So she had to stop talking to Tupac. So Tupac wrote a song for her on the Me Against the World album called Can You Get Away? And he called her Ebony in the song. Nah, I bet you didn't know that. Watch everybody, yeah, I knew that, man. So if you listen to the song, listen to the lyrics, look at what happened with their situation, and then you'll understand. And he wrote it because he kept trying to get her to get away from that situation. Then when he went to jail and a lot of people wrote him, she was one of the people that reached out to him. And she was very articulate, just like he was. And they connected on that level. Like, man, like, she's deep, he's deep with it. So he was very interested in her. And at that point, it was, I say, they both started, like maybe this could work out. Because when he got out, like Chili, Left Eye, a lot of them started hanging out. But she was in a relationship with a whole other dude by the time like Pac and them met. And like they was at the top of the world with waterfalls and all that stuff. Pac was filming movies and all that. She was with a whole other guy at the time. You know, she was dealing with him, and she was trying to put out her own rap album and doing all this other stuff and trying to branch away from the TLC thing. And even Chili was with her. That's how Chili ended up meeting Usher, because he was hanging around at the time, and they was hanging around Death Row, and Ray J ended up getting with Chili. They used to get Chili money, you know, so she had a real good rapport with Suge Knight and all that. She used to be dancing on the table. It was some wild times. So Chili was trying to be all up on Pac, and he wasn't really feeling that. So the rumors about Ray J hitting Chili, you know, and all that, that's when she basically ended up hooking up with Usher around that same time, like shortly after that. So anyway, long story short, her and Pac got back cool, spoke all the time and on the phone and talking about the old days. And she was like, told Pac, in 10 years, me and you will be together. Let's give it 10 years. So that was her thing. She's like, we can wait 10 years, then we'll be together. 10 years, and we still feel the same way, and depending on their situation, then we'll be together. So, unfortunately, it didn't work out that way, but there you have it. It's your boy Carcino. I'm out. Follow the playlist, by the way. True Hip Hop Beats. It's been Tupac week. You'll see a whole bunch of Tupacs in a row, because we've been doing a lot of Tupacs. Everybody wanted to hear about Pac and hear stories about Pac. So now you've been hearing them. I'm out. Now don't do murder. Don't ask me about who killed Tupac and the shootings, and I don't do that. I'm out.